Retirement's a big step. And it's not just about making sure you have enough money to last. It's also about taking care of all those other things that you want to do and buy before you retire that may not be of a financial nature. So we're going to be going over a lot of the things that people share with me that they have bought before they retire, they've done before they retire, that they feel really good about. And actually some of these are things that people say that they wish they did before they retired. But before that, my name is Joe Franklin, and here at the Mustard Seed we like to put faith with finance. But today we're going to be going over these 8 things, that people like to buy and do before they retire. So let's get right into that. Some of these things we're going to be talking about are of more of a financial nature, some maybe less financial nature. We want to make sure that we're focused on quality and not cheap substitutes. So in some cases we're going to be talking about how to do things the right way versus going into some of these cheap substitutes that aren't going to last. And in every case we want to be thinking about, if we're buying something, is it going to be the last one we're going to own throughout our entire life? So one of the things we want to look at is maybe getting a new home before we retire. In some cases we can look at revitalizing our home and making it like new. In other cases we want to actually go out and buy a new home. But we want to do this before we retire because we can qualify for mortgages and qualify for other things much more easily before we retire. We can set aside finances a lot more easily to build onto the home or do the things we want to do to revitalize the home before we retire also. A lot of times people like to make sure that they can have everything on one level. We're not going to be able to manage the stairs quite as well when we get older. Before you retire, a lot of times people want to put in that new kitchen. A lot of times people want to revitalize all the bathrooms. A lot of times you want to put in that outdoor kitchen and revitalize the backyard so you can entertain. The swimming pools don't add any value to your home, but if you want a swimming pool, it's like a bucket list item, go ahead and do it, but it's not going to add a lot of value to your home. If you have the money set aside, it's great to revitalize things. If you have to borrow a lot of money to do this, maybe borrow some. But in most cases, we want to make sure we have everything paid off before we retire, because it's a great feeling to know that you don't have that extra expense to have to pay for things. Can you easily afford the upkeep during retirement? If you have a lot of kids and they've all moved out, you don't need as big a house as you used to have. So if you downsize, it's a lot less house you have to take care of. It's still a house that you can enjoy. Just make sure you get it all on one level and it's easily resellable and you have everything you need in that one house. You want to buy the home of your dreams, but it's a home of your later dreams, not the home of your dreams with 17 kids and grandkids living in it. During COVID, home gyms became really popular. Sometimes people have a hard time motivating themselves to go outside and work out. Maybe it's just not that easy if you have to get up super early or the times just aren't convenient. So if you have a home gym, you're much more likely to work out on a more regular basis. If you go to the gym, a lot of times you can be a lot more motivated, but you can be a lot more consistent when you have a home gym. So having that home gym may be something you want to invest in, because you only get one body in your lifetime, you better take care of it. We also want to make sure that we get really good sleep. A lot of times people like to invest in a good mattress. They like to get these Oura rings that they can wear to track how good their sleep is. Of course, making sure that you eat well also helps with your sleep. Also make sure, a lot of times people wear the mask so it blacks out the blue light, or they wear the blue light sunglasses that blacks out the blue light, so it helps you sleep a lot better. What you watch and listen to just before going to sleep makes a big difference. Take time to meditate, study scripture, pray. Also journal. What you journal, you relive, so it's a doubler, so you can relive the good things that happen throughout the day. The quality of your sleep makes the biggest difference to the quality of your life going forward, so make sure you invest in everything you can do to get good sleep. Also on the health side, you want to make sure that you get all your dental work done and all your vision work done before you retire. For one, Medicare doesn't pay for a lot of these things that a lot of other health care plans do. So when you've got the health care plan that'll pay for a lot of this and you have a smaller deductible, then that's a great time to get all this stuff done. So try to get everything you can done vision-wise and dental-wise and healthcare-wise before you retire, and make sure you have all that stuff knocked out. Once you retire, it's not going to be quite as easy to get all this done quite as cheaply. So you want to save into these health savings plans to make sure you build that up. It's something you can put a lot of money into and get a tax deduction, have it grow tax-free, have it come out tax-free. If you're spending it while you're working, that's not going to be as good as if you have that saved up to spend when you're retired and you don't have the deductions and as good medical insurance as you will when you're working. The other thing you probably want to think about before you retire is look at that time as a time to get really, really fit. When you hire a trainer, you can do a lot more to get fit. They're going to be able to motivate you, help encourage you, also give you better ideas as to better nutrition plans, things you can do to be as fit as possible. My wife and I, a few years back, went to Fiji to do an intense Tony Robbins study for a week on how to eat and fast and worked out to get as fit as possible and get a good jump start on having a healthy body for the rest of our lives. And you don't have to go to Fiji to get in shape, but you can hire a trainer to do a lot of these things. Whatever works well for you, for your body type, you'll learn what works well for you by working with the trainer to get all that stuff figured out. You also want to look at, before you retire, maybe getting a low maintenance, fuel efficient car. Now myself personally, we bought a low maintenance, fuel efficient car just last year. I was actually thinking about getting a bucket list item. I also encourage you to look at those bucket list cars as well, because you only live once, and every once in a while you may want to look at getting those bucket list items knocked off. So if you wanted a Corvette since you were 5 years old and you have a chance to buy a Corvette and get a good deal on it, maybe you want to go buy a Corvette. You also want to look at what is a car that you know that you can buy and maybe have for the rest of your life. You know that when you drive these cars off the lot that they automatically lose their value by tens of thousands of dollars sometimes. You want to buy them slightly used a lot of times and hold them for long periods of time. We know that Trump came out with this new thing where you can deduct a lot of your interest, but nothing's as cheap as the car that you already own. So why do you want to go out and buy a new car when you get a slightly used car and it holds its value? Look at those cars that hold their value really well, that don't require a lot of upkeep, that are fuel efficient. If you get a hybrid, that might be a good one. And you can keep for a long time. That will be a good car for maybe the rest of your life. What are the things that you want to make sure you get done before you pass away? And some of these things you're going to want to get done while you're still healthy. You may not be able to climb Mount Everest when you're in your 90s. It may be harder to go diving in lots of different places around the world or play golf in lots of places around the world when you get a lot older. So you want to knock a lot of these things off when you're younger, in the early years of your retirement, and you want to retire soon enough so you can enjoy the healthy years of retirement. So those years that you put off retiring keep you from enjoying the healthy years of retirement. So don't put it off whenever you get a chance to do these things that you want to knock off your bucket list. Now, if you can work part-time and still do all this stuff and still enjoy working and playing and knocking these things off your bucket list, that's great. Some people can do that, but not all people can go to work part-time and accomplish all these things and still have the money coming in. So for a lot of people, they want to retire and then focus on knocking off these bucket list items. We want to get rid of the lazy dollars. So a lot of people may have an emergency fund. If you don't have an emergency fund, I encourage you to build an emergency fund. For some people, they want to have 6 months set aside of money that they can spend. Other people may want to have up to 2 or 3 years. In a lot of these accounts, instead of just keeping it in a checking account where you're earning next to nothing and they're charging you all the time, you want to make sure that you're putting it in at least to a savings account where you're going to get a little bit higher interest, or ladder out some CDs or find some treasuries that'll pay you more, or something else that'll pay you even more going forward. We also want to make sure that for the money we have invested, we want to beat inflation. A lot of people underestimate how high inflation is these days. Just look at the price of gold. Gold has gone up by 135% over the last 4 years. Most things have gone up 40% or more just in what you have to spend at the grocery store and at the gas pump and what have you. The price of houses has gone up by more than 40% over the last 4 years. Houses have never been more expensive than they are right now versus the dollar. And also because interest rates are high, they're a lot less affordable than they have been. Gold's gone up 135%. That means the value of the dollar is down by about 60%. It's been cut in half and more since the end of 2021. So we want to make sure that the value of what we have to spend keeps going up to match that inflation. So what you don't have in emergency funds that you're going to need right away, you want to make sure you have that set aside. In some cases, we may want to own gold. In some cases, we might want to own some gold ETFs. It used to be the dollar was backed by gold. If we own gold ETFs, then it'll preserve the purchasing power of what we have. If nothing's doing as well as gold, then that's great. We're doing better than the market. And actually, over the last 4 years, just owning gold, you've done better than the market. So we want to make sure that we're keeping up with inflation. The last thing we want to look at is we always want to make sure that we plan things out effectively. Hire somebody good to help you work through your retirement plan. When you go through doing a retirement plan, you want to focus on the strategies, not products. If somebody focuses on products, you've probably got the wrong planner. If they focus on strategies, if they work you through a lot of stress tests to make sure you're going to be good in a lot of different cases, then you're in a much better position. Work with somebody that looks at things from a tax perspective. Work with somebody that looks at things from an estate planning perspective. Work with somebody that looks at things from an inflation perspective. Inflation's likely going to be a lot worse than a lot of people think it will be, because usually when inflation rears its ugly head, it's not just for a couple of 3 years, it's usually for a decade or more, so watch out for that. When we look at all the stress tests, when we look at all the variables, a good financial planner is going to get you to step out your comfort zone and maybe take on a little bit more risk if you need to, but they may also get you to pare back the risk if you're taking too much risk. Sometimes people need to pare it down because they don't have to take so much risk. The good thing to do is also figure out how much fun you can afford to have. Sometimes people can afford to have more fun than they're having. They've grown accustomed to just spending a certain amount. When you retire, you get a little scared of spending money because you're living in scarcity. You've had all this money coming in, and you've got to go from saving money to spending money, and you're a little afraid to spend money. And so we like to figure out how much fun people can afford to have, get people comfortable having fun, and maybe not keep as much squirreled away as they may want to, because when you have a little bit more fun and you're giving, especially if you're giving to others, then you can live out of abundance, not scarcity. And we want to focus on living out of abundance, having fun in retirement, doing those bucket list items, and making sure we have all these things checked off we want to check off before we retire. The last thing we want to focus on are things that are good versus things that may be cheap substitutes for things that are good. A lot of times people have overconfidence. That's something I suffer from, is overconfidence. Or they suffer from fear rather than having faith. Sometimes people want to be happy. They look at things from a hedonistic perspective or a materialistic perspective versus pursuing joy and meaning and purpose that God has for us. And lastly, we want to make sure that we're focused on Jesus when it comes time for Christmas time. He's the one that died for our sins, and He's the one that gave us the free gift. We don't have to do anything for it. It's grace. Whereas Santa Claus, he knows when you're sleeping, knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so you got to be good to get presents. With Jesus, we don't have to be good to get presents. We get blessings from Jesus because He died for our sins. None of us are good enough, but we just have to ask Him for that free gift, and He has it for us. So since you love this video so much, please feel free to click on this video here. The algorithm says you'll love this video. Also put your thumbs up, hype the channel if you can, and subscribe. We'll catch up with you next time. And share.